Let me first introduce myself. I'm Crina Cojocaru. I'm the director of the Master in Photonics and also the coordinator of the Spanish partner of the Erasmus Mundus program Europhotonics. You will see in the presentation that these two programs are linked. And I will try to explain you a little bit what the program pretends, which are the objectives, the structures, and what you can expect once you graduate from the program. So since I saw you are coming from different backgrounds, and this is the usual dynamics in our master, let me present few slides where I would like to point out what photonics means nowadays, just to be sure that this is what you are looking for. So photonics is what we call nowadays the science and technology of light in general. So everything that implements photons as a tool to interact with matter or as a tool to study a physical phenomena is covered by the umbrella of this word photonics. Photonics, it's a very new branch in science and technology with this name and covers more traditional areas like imaging, optics, sensing, light sources, and so on, together with newer one in material, quantum science and technology, even biology and medicine, environmental science, and so on and so on. So nowadays, photonics is a very, very multidisciplinary area, and it is practically impossible to think in any branch of science and technology without having sensors, without having screens, without having um, light components that make everything work at the end. We may say that photonics is the revolution of the 21st century, as electronics was the revolution of the 20th century. So it is very, very important in different branches. To convince you that this is a new area, and all new areas usually have a great potential in industry and technology, just to tell you that photonics has been defined 13 years ago, so only 13 years ago, as one of the key enable technologies. The key enable technologies are multidisciplinary areas that European community define as strategic. And since they are strategic, a lot of money goes both to basic research, science, as well as in technology. So photonics has been defined as such in 2010 and has been renewed in 2020. So we have still this key enable technology until 2030. But if you take a look to the key enable technologies defined in 2020, you will see that photonics is not only one of the areas, but also it is included in all the others. Because if we talk about micro and nanoelectronics, photonics, it's an important component. If we talk about advanced manufacturing and materials, again, material science, one important part is done with light. Life science and technology, again, photonics, it has very interesting applications in life science, in medicine, biology, and so on. Artificial intelligence, security, and connectivity technology. So all these key enable technologies defined in 2020 have a component of photonics. Photonics have different areas, let's say, onto the market. If we think now in the applications, for those of you who project their future career onto the market size, and if you take a look in the market size in 2020, photonics is the third one on the list. But the most important thing is not that it's the third one on the list as magnitude and number of billions of euros inverted in it. But for me, the interesting picture is this one. This picture shows the annual compound growth rate. What does it mean? It means how much one of these industries have grown in the last years. And you see, photonics is the one that grows the most, which means that that's a lot of technology, that's a lot of investment, and that there are a lot of opportunities on the photonic market for the future. This is what happened right now, and this is the prediction for the next 3 years. It goes until 2026, and you see the increasement of the compound annual growth, it's even higher. So we have a lot of things to do in the next years in photonics. So maybe those of you who didn't pay attention to all branches and fields of photonics, what photonics means nowadays. So many different things. And I grab here a few covers of different journals in photonics. So if we talk about optical fibers and optical communications, the communication between the Earth and the satellites, and satellites with satellites, all these robots that we are sending far away. For example, this is the robot that we send to Mars. Most of the information grabbed by this robot is done with light, and especially the transmission of this information from Mars to the Earth is done with light. Lightning everywhere LEDs panel that you are seeing nowadays, and maybe you are very young, maybe you think they are there since ever. This is not true. So that's still a lot of improvement to be done in panels, virtual reality, material processing, and so on and so on. And here you have a list. I will not get into the details of different branches. The yellow ones are the new fields arising with the term of photonics. And what I want you to keep in mind is that everything is very multidisciplinary. So somebody who wants to work, especially in the companies in technology, needs to know not only optics, but also needs to know engineering to integrate this concept, material science, chemistry, nanotechnology, telecommunication, biology, medicine, and even art and heritage, where the lasers are used for many different processes. So this is why our master have a broad background, and students are coming from mostly from with a bachelor in physics or physical engineering, but not only. We have students coming from telecommunication, every year even more from nanotechnology and nanosciences, chemistry, optics and optometry, and so on and so on. So keeping this in mind, our program has been created in 2007. You see, in 2007, photonics was a very incipient branch. So we are running already the 16th edition. And probably the most important label of this master is the fact that it is created in collaboration among all the institutions working in photonics in Barcelona area, in research, and also in technology. So there are groups, research groups working in photonics at the Polytechnic University of Catalonia that acts as coordinator, University of Barcelona, and also the Institute of Photonic Sciences that has been created more or less by the same time, so 15 years ago, where many different groups works on, specifically on photonics. It is 1-year program, as you know, 60 ECTS. All the program is taught in English. You will see in the next slides that we have students coming from all over the world. And each institution, and again, I will not enter into detail, you can read it later, we will send you the presentation. Each institution has its own expertise in different branches. Polytechnic University of Catalonia have many applied groups, bringing photonics to technology. The University of Autónoma and UB have a very important field in quantum science and technology, but also in image processing, diffractive optics, metrology, and so on and so on. And at the Institute of Photonic Sciences, I have no space here to summarize everything they do. They have 25 research groups nowadays, and all the group leaders participate into the master, either teaching, either offering a research project for the master thesis. The program itself includes more than 60 professors, which means that we have more professors than students. Okay, this doesn't mean you'll meet all of them. It depends on the elective courses you are gonna choose. But these professors are coming from all these 4 different institutions, while you are staying only in one of them. For example, the first block if you take a look to the timetable, you'll see that from September to December, we have a first teaching block. This block is held 1 year at the University of Barcelona this year, for example, and next year will be held to the Autónoma University of Barcelona. And the second and third block are always held at the UPC in the Campus North in the Telecommunication School. At ICFO, students only go for particular activities, for labs, or for practical sessions where you need equipment they have in their lab. So the idea is the students are staying all the time in one place and professors are moving. So the structure of the master, aside of this interaction, this collaboration between the four institutions in Barcelona area, on the same elective courses, let's say, we have an input of students coming from the Erasmus Mundus Europhotonics Master. This is a 2-year degree. That it's also a collaboration between different countries, as you can see here. So in the third semester, when the students can choose elective courses, they have the choice to come to Barcelona. And if they come, they join the same courses, the same subjects. We do not have any particular subject for them. They only integrate in our community. And also Erasmus students coming from other 2 years master in Europe. In general, in Europe, all the masters are 2 years long. They are coming for the third or fourth semester to Barcelona. So with this structure in mind, you see that this is a little bit of history of the number of students we have. We have between 25 and 30 students in our local program, plus 5, 6, 7, depend on the year, students coming from the Europhotonics Master. Plus this year we have 15 Erasmus students, which makes a community, international community of around 40, 45 students every year. As I said, the previous bachelor is it's different in the case of different students, and we have a mix of different contributions of bachelors to the program. The objective of the master is to provide a broad knowledge and training in different areas of photonics, and we consider both fundamental and applied aspects. So we have, let's say, a path that would bring the student towards academical career, if this is the interest. And in this case, usually students are pursuing a PhD after the master, or applied path that brings the students to the companies. Usually during this year, students who have this interest already contact and join the companies doing either an internship or the master thesis. And we are very flexible in terms of the choice of the elective courses, because we want to let you choose those courses, those subjects that you think that are more interesting for you. The structure of the program looks like this. So we have 20 credits, 20 CTS of compulsory courses. These 2 courses in fundamental photonics are meant to level the background, basically. So it's a summary of everything you have to know in order to be able to follow any elective course in the program, and also have an applied branch with a big subject of photonics laboratory, and a course destined to transfer skills of business and patents in photonics. That is very interesting for those of you who maybe does not know, but in the future will join a company or will make its own spin company, will produce patents, and so on and so on. And then 24 credits of elective courses. So the student has to choose only 24 credits, but we are offering many, many more. No, you see here we offer 18 credits in a area. I don't want to call them specialities, because the diploma does not provide a specialty. We call them topic area. For example, the one in quantum optics has 18 credits, materials, nanophotonics, and photonic circuits 21, optical engineering, and biophotonics and imaging. So these names are written here just to make you identify those selective courses in the case you want to go in one of these directions. So, for example, somebody who wants to build his future career on quantum optics and technology, for sure will choose these six elective courses, and then up to 8, which is the number of electives everyone has to do, will choose 2 more from materials or optical engineering. Somebody who wants to go towards optical engineering will choose probably these courses plus material, nanophotonics, and circuits. And somebody interested more to go towards biology or medicine or imaging will choose these courses here. The courses in the second block, materials, nanophotonics, and photonic circuits, are a kind of basis for everybody. So they are useful for any of the 3 directions that you can take in the future. The calendar, we start in September. We start in September for our local program. We have 1 month of intensive courses only based on the mandatory courses, and then starting from October till April, we have 3 different blocks where you can choose the elective courses. From April to the end of July or to the beginning of September, you can work full-time on your master thesis. I will not enter now into the details of the calendar. You have the one of this year on the webpage. So if you want to see more details about the structure, I recommend you to go there and to check the one we have this year. Of course, the calendar for the next year is not done, but the structure will be the same, and probably one course can jump from one block to the other, but in general, it's very similar. Regarding the master thesis, we have many different opportunities. It can be done in different areas of photonics. Again, I recommend you to take a look to the proposals we just posted. I have not updated here. We just posted on Monday the master thesis proposal for this academic year. So I recommend you to go to the webpage and take a look how many they are and in which fields, to see the kind of subject we usually propose. We have also the possibility to undergo the master thesis in an external research center, university, or company, with agreements between the university and the company. And also we have the possibility to set an Erasmus mobility for the master thesis. So the Erasmus mobility is not possible for the courses due to the fact our master is only 1 year long and the others 2 years, but it is possible to make an Erasmus mobility for the period of the master thesis. The master is member of the South European cluster of photonics and optics that grab together almost 100 companies and research centers working in photonics. So the students of our master have the right as members to interact with this cluster, send their curriculum, receive the job advertisement, and so on and so on. So in the presentation you will receive, you have a link to all the different research groups at the different universities that offers master thesis, and you can take a look to see which one would be the one closer to your interest. So this is UPC, UAB, and UB. Many research groups, as I said, at the Institute of Photonic Sciences. Here you have the link. If you go to the webpage, you can enter one by one in these 25 different groups and see what they do. A part of the lectures, a special feature of our program, I would mention that a part of this course of Business and Patents in Photonics that I think it could be very interesting. After each teaching block, we stop for a week, and within this week that we like to call activity weeks, we organize many different things. We organize visits to labs, to companies, seminar, presentation, experiments, and so on and so on. So these activities open the doors to all the different activities we have around Barcelona area, and they are meant to make a kind of network and to put you in contact with people that for sure later you will contact when you are going to look for a job. There is also a spring school organized by the Erasmus Mundus program, we try to help our students to join this spring school if it's possible. And of course, we end the year with a graduation ceremony where we see you already ready to step into your future career. And which could be this future career? Well, as the subject itself, it's very, very broad, no? Since it's interdisciplinary, people specialized in photonic are searched everywhere, especially in companies. So if you think to stay in academia, then the next step would be a PhD that could happen in optics, in physics, in optical engineering. There are many branches where you can do your PhD. And then after the PhD, you can join the educational high-level training system, or you can go to a company and work in research and development department. Also, you can go, of course, to the companies where photonics is one of the main components. You could act as high-level qualification technical staff in different labs or infrastructures. And of course, and now you will probably do not see it, but we have many different students, former students, that mounted their own companies, so spin-offs company that nowadays are working very nice, and they are doing their career. Here you have a link to all the information. Everything is described in detail on our webpage. And of course, I am on your disposal if you have particular question. Just to mention, and with this I will finish, that our master program, the master programs are accredited from time to time. So we have to report the quality of the activity we do. And I would just like to tell you that this program has always been accredited as excellent, which is the maximum level an university program can get. With this, this is everything from my side. Thank you for your attention. I will switch off the full screen so I can see you, and now I'm ready for the questions. Okay, so maybe we have a second part of the presentation. I don't know what you prefer. So Sonia will tell you a few things about the administrative process. So in the case you want to register to the master, there are also technical things. Maybe Sonia, can you make your presentation and then we answer all the questions at once?
Yes, Karina. Thank you.
Okay, so I will stop my sharing.
Okay, I will present now. Okay, please let me know if there are some issues with the presentation. So what I will do is I will briefly present the most relevant facts that you need to know in order to successfully pre-enroll in our website. And this presentation, as it's already said, it will be sent to you. So you will have available all the links. Everything in blue is a link that will give specific information. So let me just go very briefly, just to present the pre-enrollment deadlines for next academic year. From this master, it will start on January 9 and it will be open until July 1st. So you have a wide period of time, but we recommend you to try to do it as soon as possible, because usually whenever there are some issues with documents and so, we may ask you to upload things. So it's interesting for you to do this procedure as soon as possible. So if there are any issues, we have time to solve everything. Okay, so this is advisable. And then about the resolution, the official one will be published in July. And the enrollment will be also in July. But usually during the procedure, you will have feedback from the admission committee, and you will probably know about your admission earlier than that, especially for those candidates coming from abroad that need some admission letters and some procedures in order to arrive in September when the classes start. Okay. The procedure is very simple. Basically, you need to first pre-enroll in this application and just open an account, and then you will have to provide your details and register. Once there, it's very important to specify your bachelor degree, so we know about your background, and then you will have to upload some documents. These documents, very briefly, are explained here. Basically, if you are from the UPC, we just need the proof about your B22 English certificate, the motivation letter, a curriculum vitae, and recommendation letter. If you and the transcript of records, not necessary because we already have your information. If you are coming from another university, of course, we need the transcript of records and the bachelor diploma. If you already have finished your bachelor with your diploma and your transcript, it's okay. We understand that if you are in the procedure that you are finishing this semester, of course, you can send a provisional one where at least you may have only pending to pass 30 credits, because only you should have like pending your bachelor thesis and some subjects. Only if we can see that you are capable to finish the bachelor, and then we will validate it even it's not official document, okay? Because we understand that you will do so when you finish. So don't worry about that. But yeah, if you are coming from abroad, then we also need your passport, we need your English certificate, we need your curriculum vitae, and also the legalized and translated transcript of record and bachelor diploma. It's very useful for us also to have the equivalences, the rating system from your university and Spanish university, and some link to see the course description of the subjects you have taken. So this is also very useful for the admission committee. And we need as well the motivation and recommendation letter. Here you have the link to see which certificates are valid here in the UPC. And we also please ask that these documents, especially the academic ones, need to be certified with digital academic, should be digitally signed. So we have a verification code to prove that these documents are correct. Okay? So once these documents are uploaded, then you need to select the masters you want to be enrolled. And for each master you ask for this pre-enrollment, you need to pay a fee of 30 euros. Okay, once it's already validated, then you will have the feedback either by mail and also seeing the comments here in the site. So how we can assist you during this procedure? Usually we have this telephone number, we have this master email account. Also, you can come here in person with a prior appointment, please, and we'll have other information session as this one. So anything you may have, please let us know. Okay, and during the enrollment dates, we also will have a chat available, so you can ask us any assistance. So if everything goes correctly and you are already accepted in the master, you will receive this information, and then it's necessary for you to accept it, and then we will give you access to the e-secretaria, and from there you will be able to pay 300 euros, which is an advance of the enrollment fees. Once you enroll, this will be deducted to you, but it's mandatory. That's why I want to point it out. It's because if you need for visa procedures an admission letter, we will send this letter to you only if this payment of 300 euros is confirmed. Okay? So for those of you with Spanish nationalities, you should know that this is a official master degree, so you could ask for a becas del Ministerio de Educación, and you should be aware that the deadlines were usually from March to May, so you may not be already confirmed your acceptance to the master, but you have to ask for the scholarship, and then once you have the admission, the procedure will go on. But don't wait to be admitted to ask for this beca, for this scholarship, because then it won't work for you. And unfortunately, for those students who come from abroad, we have no grants available. So you should request a grant in your home country if you need it. Okay, just this information, and just basically give you our details, contact details of anything you may need. We are at your disposal. So now I give back the ground to Clina, and now yes, either by chat or either like let us know if you have any questions, and Thank you so much for this attendance. Bye bye.